It's Thursday, or as I like to call it, show and tell. So, I feel like in one of my past videos, I just sort of grazed the surface, and I don't think I really made it how clear it needs to be that I love something, so I'm just gonna spill and you're just gonna listen because you're watching my video. I love the Beatles. I've been a Beatles fan since I was about 11 years old. I discovered them through the Beatles 1 being released. I got intrigued by that because my dad got it for Christmas or something. And the first album I ever heard was Abbey Road. But since then, I've collected every single one of their albums on CD. And I always keep them in order. This is the order that they were released. So I know Let It Be is last, and they recorded it before Abbey Road, but it was released last. So yeah, I'm a nerd. I also have some of their albums on vinyl, but I don't have all of them because some of them are really hard to find. But besides that, I also have Beatles 1, Love, Let It Be Naked, which is better than the other one because it's not the Spectre version. And then Past Masters. I know I probably don't have every single one of the special things, but I'm past caring at this point. But I also have their solo works, so The Best of George and George is Brainwashed, and Once Upon a Time, Imagine, and then lots of Paul McCartney. And it's funny because Paul McCartney is my least favorite, but I still have all of his stuff. And I just wanted to point out to you how insanely obsessed with them I am, where I had to collect every last one of their albums. I love every last one of their albums. Yesterday, I just thought of this because I was putting their CDs back onto my computer, and I was trying to decide which albums I wanted to put on there. And I ended up putting on all but maybe 3 or 2 of them. And then I was putting on Wingspan by Paul McCartney, and I was dancing around the Paul songs, and I was like, man, I really love them. And I don't always talk about how much I love them. It's kind of weird. But I just realized I have this. I think it's his last CD, but he might have released, I guess no, the Chaos and Creation in the Backyard one. He released that. I think that's what it's called. Like I said, I'm not a Paul McCartney fan. But I got this for Christmas, and I haven't even opened it yet. So I'm wondering, is it worth me opening it and listening to it because I'm not a Paul McCartney fan, or should I keep it sealed in plastic and just have it as a collectible? What do you think? Something fun that I think I will do, I will recommend to you one song from each Beatles album, and you can listen to them and see what you think. Please Please Me, I think Please Please Me is actually my favorite song. With the Beatles, there's a lot of good ones on this. Roll Over Beethoven, Hard Day's Night, I'll Cry Instead. It's sad, but it's fun. Beatles for Sale, sad but fun. Beatles for Sale, this is one of my favorite albums by them, by the way. I would have to say I'm a Loser. I used to say that it was my theme song when I was a kid. Help. Definitely It's Only Love. It's one of the cutest little love songs I've ever heard. Rubber Soul. This is hard. In My Life. Yeah. It stands the test of time. Revolver. For No One. Makes me cry. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Definitely She's Leaving Home. Always makes me cry. So I think I have to recommend that one just because it's beautiful. It's probably my favorite Paul McCartney song of anything he's ever done. It's just beautiful. Magical Mystery Tour. I would have to say Strawberry Fields Forever, but I also love I'm the Walrus. And those are both John songs, but yeah. Yellow Submarine, All Together Now, and Only a Northern Song. Those are the 2 songs from that are really not found on anything else, I don't think. The White Album, my favorite Beatles album, so I definitely recommend this entire thing. But my favorite song from Disc 1 is Rocky Raccoon, and my favorite from Disc 2 is definitely Revolution Number 9 because it makes me laugh. And then Abbey Road, the first Beatles album I ever heard. Here Comes the Sun. And finally, Let It Be, my favorite, is I Me Mine. So there you have it. I recommend those, so download them. Also, just so you know, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I have their movies, their books, the Beatles Anthology massive book, as well as the Beatles Anthology, like 8 video set. It's video. But yeah, I have their books, their movies, posters, lithographs, collector cards, newspaper clippings, magazines. I have an entire collection, but the only thing that's here in this apartment with me right now are their albums and their little action figures. I've got so much stuff in my parents' house bedroom where I used to live that I can't fit it all here, so it just goes to show you my Beatles collection is so big it takes up 2 houses. So, yeah. More than you needed to know. Until Sunday, this is Thursday. One thing I forgot to mention that I really should mention is I'm going to King's Dominion with my parents on Sunday, so be prepared for some King's Dominion-ness on Sunday. And so yeah, you'll be seeing some cameos of people that I know. This is what I would look like if my eyes were green.